Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about something that is real and it is scary beyond your wildest dreams. Paul Levy has written about this in a couple of books. He's an author called Wetiko, W-E-T-I-K-O. What is it? The Native Americans called it Wetiko. It was thought of as a bug in the system. It animates madness. There's North American mythologies that portray a mythical figure, a cannibalistic spirit who embodies greed and excess and can possess human beings. It takes away their life force for the purpose of profit. It doesn't give back anything of value from their lives. It means excess, those who indulge in excess. Like a werewolf, Wetiko is sometimes portrayed as a shapeshifter who can even appear disguised as a good spirit. Whenever Wetiko eats another person, it grows larger and larger. Buddhism also has a similar figure, the hungry ghost, with a pinhole mouth and a constricted mouth. Just as viruses or malware infect a computer and they program it to self-destruct, Wetiko programs the human biocomputer mind to think and behave in destructive ways. Operating through unconscious blind spots in the human psyche, Wetiko renders people oblivious to their own madness, compelling them to act against their own best interest. It can throw in addiction, a state of trauma, unwittingly creating the very problem they're trying to resolve. They'll cling desperately as it tortures and destroys them. People taken over by Wetiko are suffering from an autoimmune disease of the psyche. It attacks the very life it is trying to protect. In trying to live, it destroys the life. And it ultimately even destroys itself. The problem is collectively acted out on a world stage. Humans are destroying the biosphere of the planet that we all depend on for our survival. Wetiko is at the bottom of this never-ending destruction. It's in the Amazon rainforest, the lungs of the planet. It's the terminator of the seeds that are genetically engineered not to produce a second generation, forcing farmers to buy new seeds, making life impossible, to where if we had to rely on growing seeds and plants that would produce seeds for the next crop, it's a mass ritual suicide on a global basis. We were warned by Wetiko from the natives. People afflicted with Wetiko react to their own projections in the world as if they objectively exist and are separate from themselves, delusionally thinking that they have nothing to do with creating that which they are reacting to. It's a form of hypnotizing to insanity. It develops momentum and spreads just like a viral disease. Most people are completely unconsciously possessed by the spirit of Wetiko, as if it was a psychic tapeworm or a parasite that's taken over our brains. It's feeding us and making us believe that we're empowering ourselves when we're actually nourishing the parasite. Wetiko becomes masters of deception. The people are living outside their own reality. They feel powerful, not even realizing that their thought forms and beliefs are being fed into them by the virus that will ultimately kill its host. Most people are not even aware that Wetiko is operating within a society. It's colonized the minds. Shadow government. Shadow governments taking over the world. The Wetiko paralyzes the ego, puts the person in a powerless state, and they are vampirically drained away and put into a zombie-like situation. Their creativity is gone. This shape-shifting virus predator gets under our skin and disguises itself, impersonating us as it fools us into buying into a false version of who we are. Bamboozled and hoodwinked by this imposter, we lose our true selves and are taken over by the Wetiko spirit. This is the root of why societies kill themselves. So, Sitting Bull, the love of possessions is a disease with them, Americans. They take tithes from the poor and weak to support the rich who rule. They claim this mother of ours, the earth, for their own and fence their neighbors away. If America had been twice the size it is, there still would not have been enough. That's Sitting Bull. Now, Ben Garrison drew a depiction of what Wetiko virus looks like now. It's in all of our technology, Google, Facebook, everywhere. They're watching you. They're watching every breath you take, every move you make. They're feeding you through computer programs, taking over your mind without you even knowing it. It's pure evil. So if you belong to a group and they're based on fear conspiracy theories, it's Wetiko. It makes people behave in ways that when they are brought back to reality, they don't even recognize who they were at the time the mind virus infected them. Scientists have discovered that most evil people have certain characteristics that are common. Narcissism. They're absorbed with power and they're focused on themselves. They have a lack of empathy. They call this the D factor. Narcissism, self-interest, spitefulness, egoism. This is Wetiko. They are now trying to do tests to exhibit how many people actually have the D factor. This method was applied by a psychologist, Charles Spearman, about 100 years ago when testing a person's level of intelligence. These can be very intelligent people that this mind virus takes over. So how and what do we do for this mind virus? Where does it live inside the human being? Where does Wetiko reside? Is it real? Oh my God. He's putting his hand on the person's head, and so is the hand behind. It's literally a spiritual virus. It's carried in the unseen world. The person, they don't even know. They have no idea that this etheric hand from the unseen world is touching their head and giving them the mind virus. What happens to them then? So they don't know they're infected, and then what? They lose themselves completely. The death of their true self. It kills their true self. Dead. Look at all the death. Dead. So they're taken over, so their mind is controlled by the virus and the evil entities behind the virus. And it spreads out. It branches out to all the people they know who are susceptible to it. Wow. Is there a way to stop the virus? Like, can you protect yourself from getting it? It can be passed down to children through the parents without even knowing. Knowledge. Excuse me. Knowledge. This is knowledge and awareness of it. Knowledge is power. If you have any kind of violence in the world, like you want to do and engage in violence, you've got Wetiko. That's the sign. Violence against a human being is Wetiko. You're under a curse. It's a form of a spell. See the pentacle? And they come with offers of grandeur. Like they say, if you follow our cult, get in, you'll have a luxurious life, you'll be powerful. But that's a lie. That's a lie. Look at that. And this is swords. That's your mind. The monsters come and they take over your mind, and it renders you helpless. In fact, those who are infected really don't have control over their body because they don't even know they're infected. Is there anything that can be done? I'm going to ask the ancient ones. Ancient ones, is there anything that can be done to stop this mind virus before it's too late? The Nine of Pentacles, we've got to be strong. We've got to be aware of it. How can we stop ourselves from getting, from this virus getting us? Be who you fully are. The star. Know who your true self is. Look at your reflection often. Look at yourself in the mirror. The Seven of Cups is confusion. So don't be in a state of confusion where you don't know who you are because you're susceptible to it then. Here's a shield of protection. Looks like a pentacle. He's got a pentacle in front of him. I'm actually going to put one of these on a necklace and wear it because he's got it in front of him. Is this true? Can the pentacle protect you wearing the pentacle? Oh, there's a pentacle on the front of the card. That's a little weird. Look at the guy with the horns. That's a little weird, isn't it? Huh. The horned god. That's interesting. The Seven of Pentacles. So this is definitely working with pentacle energy. Pentacle, pentacle. He's almost animalistic. Almost animalistic. What do you need to tell us about Wetiko? It's infecting families, groups. It's infecting families. It's affecting a happiness. Families are no longer happy. We've got to ask for the wise one's help. We've got to ask for the wisdom keeper's help. You know, this is a disease or a virus from the unseen world. You don't even see it coming. And it spreads rapidly. And it will end a society. A society will literally kill themselves. Look at the pentacle. They're holding the pentacle. We keep getting the sign of the pentacle as almost like it's protection. There's even pentacles carved in the thing here. Look at the pentacles carved in the wood there. And then she's hanging a pentacle. And then he's touching a pentacle. Get a pentacle. Get a pentacle to protect yourself. And then we're going to go through what we need to do if we get infected with Wetiko. If we think we're infected, is there a way to get it out of us? Yes. And it's with love. Big change. Knowing you are one of a kind. And your thoughts create your reality, and you are creative energy. So if you're creating misery in your life, you might be affected by Wetiko. Don't worry, you can get it out. You have the power to fulfill all your dreams. Don't be distracted by hatred, and don't join any group. Look at this, the horn guy. This guy, let me ask, did Wetiko take this guy's mind? Did Wetiko take this guy's mind? The black flower. Shit. What did it do to his mind? Look at the pentacle. It destroyed his mind in the moment. I hope he's going to conquer it. Oh my God. I have a deck here with pentacles on the back. You can't make this stuff up. What do you want to say? What do you have to say? We keep getting the message of the guy with the horns, and he's not who he thinks he is. He's making this offer. He's making this offer, but he's evil. People are going to think he's good, but he's evil. He's infected by Wetiko. The Queen of Cups. If you find who you're true to, and you love and you act in a loving and kind way, Wetiko cannot survive if you take your mind back and you are happy. And I'm getting the color blue. This feels like blue. And make choices based on kindness and love. And look at this, taking yourself back. Whoa! They're zombies. They're literally freaking zombies. And they don't even know it. This is such a warning. They don't even know they're infected by it. They don't even know it. And so this is the zombie apocalypse. But there's a way out. There's a way out. You've got to take your power back. You've got to block all hatred and all violent actions. You've got to call in the beings of love and light. Now, this is the wheel, and this is the wheel. The wheel and the wheel. If enough people stop themselves from getting Wetiko, that we can make a positive change in the world, and we won't have this. Because literally, these people will destroy the world and all life upon it, not even knowing they're doing it. And I'm sure that has happened in the past. All right, you guys, look at yourself. Where do you hang out? Do you belong to any group that tells you to hate someone? Any group that tells you to hate someone, get out. Get out of the group. I don't care if it's religion, no matter what it is. If there's a group that tells you to hate another group, Wetiko has destroyed their minds and could be in you. Get out. Get Wetiko out. And start living the life of happiness and getting into your own creativity. Let me ask the cards. What are the signs that you're getting out of Wetiko, that you're killing Wetiko mind virus? What is the sign? So one of the signs that has it is your fear. You're just afraid of everything. You're afraid of everything going on around you. That's a sign that the virus has taken you. So when you walk away and he heads up the mountain of wisdom, knowledge is power. Find out as much as you can about how you're thinking, the ways you're thinking, and head up the mountain of wisdom and confidence, and start to know yourself and start getting creative and creative ways of helping human beings and being creative. Develop your intuition. Do random acts of kindness to anybody, and you'll kill the virus. Oh my God. And then you'll come into your full creativity. You can use crystals. Crystals are very powerful for helping you get the virus out. But you still can, it can come back in if you don't change your thinking. You've got to change who you are. And look at this. You've got to love yourself, love other people, and it destroys creativity. So you've got to be thinking of, how can we clean up the water? How can we clean the air? How can we get rid of genetically modified seeds so that we can let the farmers grow crops, harvest the seeds, and grow crops the next year? How can we make positive changes on the planet? Yes, you're still going to be wounded by life. That's part of life. Having your feelings hurt doesn't necessarily mean that you're Wetiko, that you have Wetiko. But if you want to harm others through and remember, your words can be harmful. If you speak hate at people, you've got Wetiko, or you could have Wetiko. Seek out the wise ones from the past. Listen to their wisdom. We have a chance to turn this around. And you can't, if you see someone acting like a zombie and projecting all this hate out, you're not going to change them, but definitely protect yourself when you're near them. Definitely protect yourself. Because remember, Wetiko cannot survive with love and positive thinking. It can't survive. So this mind virus wants you to be angry. It wants you to fight with other people, fight on social media. That's what the virus wants you to do. And you won't even know you have it. You'll think you're standing up for a good cause, and you're not. It's the virus. It's deceptive, like the moon. So let's make a decision. Let's make a choice to be positive. We can do it. We can do it together. So the people who don't have Wetiko can bond together, think positive thoughts, do random acts of kindness, because even the person that has Wetiko, if someone's being consistently kind to them, the virus won't survive. if that person is willing to do kindness for others and change their way of thinking. Are you going to help banish evil on the planet? What are you going to do?